Protopia is an alternative to dystopianism and utopianism because it's not a finite state. It is a process of proactive prototyping, not in between, not some kind of middle vanilla center, but beyond that utopian and dystopian binary. Most of the binaries of the past are actually not representing our reality anymore. This division between left and right, progressive, conservative, does not stand real inquiry. What we are seeing right now as a real emergent division is between extractivism and its delusion, because we know we live in a finite world. If we just keep extracting, at some point there will be nothing left to extract. And regenerative approach, acknowledging that so much damage has been done, we need to begin fixing things. And so Protopia is regenerative future vision based on inclusive values, informed by science and supported by advanced technological tools. And that's a major difference, right? Not led by technology, but generally supported by it. Technology as an extension of our bodies and our minds, not as an entity of its own. Protopia is not optimistic, as I said before. It is realistic because so many of solutions already exist. We just have not seen them put together. So could we begin to put them together? And the joy within that process of proactive prototyping and participating in future making is not in easy answers, but in getting excited about just how much there is to be discovered and learned in that process. So Protopian principles are 6, but they should not be seen in some kind of hierarchical order, rather as interlinked circles: plurality, interdependence, biosphere regeneration, sensory embodiment, creative flourishment, and spiritual fulfillment. So plurality is really about the fact that we exist in this plural reality. And the most interesting things happen not just in between different groups of people, different cultures, but when we interact, especially across our disciplinary boundaries. The challenges we face are so complex, we need to come at it from multiple angles. Interdependence, that's a principle anchored in the understanding that we are born into this world needing each other, and we leave this world needing each other again. And that we are not these brains in a jars floating in the air. We are ecosystems entirely entwined with a broader system of life that we inhabit. Biosphere regeneration deepens that and again acknowledges that so much damage has been done. We need to not just repair, but also revive. And that's, in fact, much more exciting than sustainability alone. Sensory embodiment, that's celebrating our embodiment, not these alienating future visions where, we all separating from each other, just zoom through virtual reality, into some kind of metaverse. But that we play, we engage with each other. And this is where I find so interesting working with a company like Nike. They have an opportunity to present a future vision that people actually want. A future where we're being supported in our playfulness, in our joy, in our communal activities, where technology and innovation is being utilized not to replace us or undermine us, but to support us, to protect us, to give us more longevity and health. And the next 2 points, creative flourishing and spiritual fulfillment, seem like these luxury items that always get overlooked in our future strategies. But they should not be seen as such. In fact, whenever we face some kind of daunting problem that feels impossible to deal with right now, the solution always comes through our imagination. Even across the animal kingdom, we see how the young learn through creativity and play. So this is something that is vital for us as a society. And this is also why rising authoritarian governments, first thing that they do is, of course, they try to crush any creativity that challenges them. And last point, spiritual fulfillment is exactly what addresses the strategy that is happening with the emergence of the new technological cults that are just as dangerous as previous millenarial, eschatological, or more simple word, end of the day religious cults that believe the end of the world is coming and maybe it should be even ushered in. What is that spirituality of the future? How, when we think of the future cities, we create spaces for future rituals that are not about in-groups and out-groups, about exclusion and alienation, but about bringing people together to help us connect again over that participatory future vision that we would like to be part of.